What if I told you that former college campuses are being transformed into vibrant senior communities where residents audit classes and mentor students? Or that seniors are choosing ocean living as a practical alternative to traditional care facilities? The landscape of aging is shifting so rapidly that the conventional wisdom about senior living is becoming dangerously outdated. These 7 emerging trends aren't just changing individual lives, they're creating a blueprint for a completely different way to age. The seniors embracing these options aren't settling for less. They're discovering they can have more independence and stronger community connections than ever before. What's driving this transformation is seniors themselves taking control of their housing decisions. The rise of grassroots senior villages. A remarkable shift is occurring across America as seniors reject traditional developers entirely, choosing instead to create their own communities from the ground up. These aren't wealthy elites buying into exclusive developments. These are ordinary retirees pooling retirement savings, selling family homes, and combining resources to purchase raw land where they can build neighborhoods that reflect their actual values rather than corporate profit margins. The movement has gained such momentum that real estate agents report entire subdivisions being purchased by senior groups who have never met a developer. Picture this scenario unfolding in communities nationwide. A group of 8 to 12 retirees discovers they share similar frustrations with existing senior housing options. They want gardens, but not landscaping services. They want community spaces, but not organized activities. They want privacy, but not isolation. Instead of compromising on someone else's vision, they form what's called a senior housing cooperative. They hire a real estate agent, identify suitable land, and purchase property together. From that moment forward, every decision about their future home becomes their choice to make. Self-directed community building means residents control architectural choices, landscaping decisions, shared space design, and daily routines. They decide whether homes should be single-story or include lofts. They choose between individual driveways or shared parking areas. They determine if the community garden should focus on vegetables, flowers, or both. They establish quiet hours, pet policies, and guest procedures. They create maintenance schedules and assign responsibilities based on individual capabilities and preferences. This level of control extends to selecting contractors, approving budgets, and making modifications as needs change over time. The challenges these pioneers face are substantial and often unexpected. Local zoning laws frequently prohibit the housing configuration seniors actually want. Many municipalities require minimum lot sizes that make affordable senior housing impossible. Financing becomes complicated when traditional lenders encounter unconventional ownership structures. Banks struggle to underwrite loans for communities where residents share ownership of common areas while maintaining individual property rights. Family members often express concern about parents investing life savings in experimental housing arrangements. Adult children worry about property values, resale potential, and what happens if the community fails. Consider the co-housing community near Minneapolis, where 12 seniors, ranging in age from their late 60s to mid-80s, pooled their financial resources to purchase land and construct charming small cottages facing a central courtyard. They collaboratively agreed on community guidelines, including shared meals and regular check-ins for support, fostering a close circle of peers who genuinely look out for each other. The process involved hiring a cooperative housing consultant, working with an architect who specialized in senior design communities, and establishing legal structures that protected individual investments while enabling group decision-making. By the end of 2024, similar projects had inspired communities in neighboring counties. The psychological benefits of creating something meaningful rather than simply moving into something pre-existing cannot be overstated. Residents report feeling empowered by the design process, energized by problem-solving challenges, and deeply satisfied by seeing their vision become reality. They experience pride in their community that extends beyond typical homeownership because they participated in every decision from land selection to paint colors. This sense of ownership creates investment in community success that traditional developments rarely achieve. Residents become advocates for their community, ambassadors for their lifestyle choice, and examples for other seniors considering similar paths. The financial realities often surprise both residents and their families. Pooled resources typically cost 30 to 40% less than traditional senior housing while providing significantly more autonomy. When 12 people share the cost of well drilling, septic systems, and utility connections, individual expenses decrease dramatically. Shared ownership of common areas means lower maintenance costs per household. Group purchasing power reduces construction costs, insurance premiums, and ongoing operational expenses. Many communities establish reserve funds for major repairs and improvements, distributing these costs across all residents rather than burdening individual homeowners. A growing network of consultants and architects now specializes exclusively in senior-designed communities. These professionals understand the unique legal, financial, and practical challenges of grassroots senior housing. They help groups navigate zoning regulations, structure ownership agreements, and design communities that accommodate aging in place. Some consultants offer complete project management services, handling everything from land acquisition to move-in coordination. Others focus on specific aspects, like legal structuring or construction management. This professional support network makes grassroots community development accessible to seniors who lack construction or legal expertise. These communities increasingly attract younger seniors in their early 60s who want to plan ahead rather than react to crisis. They recognize that waiting until health problems force housing decisions limits options and increases costs. By joining grassroots communities while still healthy and active, they can participate in the creation process, establish relationships with future neighbors, and secure housing that accommodates future needs. They avoid the panic-driven decisions that often lead to inappropriate or expensive housing arrangements. The explosive growth tells a compelling story. Approximately 170 senior co-housing communities are currently operating across the United States, with an additional 140 in various stages of development. State housing agencies report receiving thousands of inquiries about cooperative housing regulations, zoning modifications, and financing options for senior-led developments. Real estate professionals specializing in senior cooperative housing have emerged in 34 states, with waiting lists for consultation services extending months into the future. This transformation represents more than housing innovation. It reflects a fundamental shift in how seniors view their own capabilities and rights. Rather than accepting housing options designed by others, they're demonstrating that they can create communities that better serve their actual needs and preferences. They're proving that aging doesn't require surrendering control over fundamental life decisions. Yet some seniors are taking this independence even further, choosing housing solutions that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. Permanent cruise ship living goes mainstream. Major cruise lines have quietly launched permanent residency programs specifically designed for seniors, creating an entirely new category of retirement living that operates on international waters. These programs represent a fundamental shift in how cruise companies view their business model, moving beyond vacation services to offer comprehensive living solutions for older adults. Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Line, and Celebrity Cruises now maintain dedicated residential floors where seniors can purchase or lease cabins for year-round occupancy. These aren't converted guest quarters, but purpose-built living spaces with enhanced storage, medical alert systems, and modified layouts that accommodate aging bodies. The programs include concierge services for managing finances, coordinating medical appointments at various ports, and handling the complex logistics of living at sea. The financial calculations reveal surprising advantages when comparing cruise living to traditional senior housing. Research data shows that permanent cruise residency averages between $2,500 and $4,000 monthly, depending on cabin category, while the average assisted living facility costs approximately $4,500 monthly. When factoring in the elimination of utility bills, property taxes, home maintenance, grocery costs, and transportation expenses, cruise living often provides significant overall savings while including all meals, housekeeping, entertainment, transportation between destinations, and access to medical staff. The lifestyle transformation extends far beyond financial considerations. Permanent cruise residents no longer deal with household maintenance, meal planning, or cleaning responsibilities. They wake up in different ports regularly, experiencing new cultures and environments without the stress of travel planning. Their daily routines can include fitness classes, educational lectures, social activities, and entertainment options that change. Based on the ship's current itinerary, the transition eliminates many stressors associated with aging, such as home maintenance emergencies, driving concerns, and social isolation. Residents report feeling energized by the constant variety and stimulation that cruise living provides. The social dynamics within permanent cruise communities create unique bonding experiences among residents. Unlike traditional senior communities where residents might interact occasionally in common areas, cruise ship residents share daily experiences exploring new destinations together. They attend the same shows, participate in group excursions, and gather for meals in intimate dining venues. These shared adventures create deeper connections than typical neighborly relationships. Permanent residents often form travel groups within the larger ship community, coordinating shore excursions and celebrating holidays together. The constant influx of temporary passengers also provides opportunities for fresh conversations and new friendships, preventing the social stagnation that can occur in land-based communities. Practical concerns require careful planning and ongoing management. Mail forwarding services have evolved to serve cruise residents, with companies offering packages specifically designed for permanent travelers. These services scan mail, forward packages to upcoming ports, and manage important documents electronically. Medical care at sea includes basic services through ship medical centers, but serious conditions require evacuation to shore-based facilities. Larry, a 78-year-old permanent cruise resident, discovered the value of the ship's fall detection systems when he slipped in his cabin during rough seas. The medical staff responded within minutes, and the incident was automatically logged for his family and personal physician, demonstrating how cruise ships have adapted their safety protocols for older residents. Different cruise lines offer varying programs that cater to different income levels and lifestyle preferences. Storylines operates purpose-built residential cruise ships, where residents purchase condominiums starting at $400,000 for studio units and reaching $2 million for luxury suites. Norwegian Cruise Line offers renewable annual contracts for permanent residency with monthly payments ranging from $3,000 to $8,000 depending on cabin category and itinerary. Celebrity Cruises provides flexible arrangements where residents can choose specific seasons or routes, allowing for partial year cruise living combined with land-based residences. Some programs include additional services like personal shopping, private dining options, and priority booking for shore excursions. Legal and financial considerations involve complex residency and tax implications. United States citizens living on cruise ships must still file annual tax returns and may owe state income taxes depending on their declared state of residence. Establishing legal residency becomes complicated when living primarily at sea, requiring careful coordination with tax professionals and legal advisors. Banking relationships need modification to accommodate international transactions and currency exchanges. Insurance coverage must extend to international waters and foreign ports, which often requires specialized policies beyond standard Medicare coverage. Estate planning documents need updates to reflect the unique circumstances of sea-based residency and international asset management. The demand for permanent cruise living has created waiting lists and competitive application processes. Major cruise lines report receiving thousands of inquiries monthly from seniors interested in residential programs. The application process typically involves financial verification, health assessments, and compatibility evaluations to ensure residents can adapt to ship-based community living. Some programs require references from current residents or demonstrated experience with extended cruise travel. The most popular itineraries, particularly those including Mediterranean and Caribbean routes, have waiting lists extending 12 to 18 months. Industry data reveals remarkable growth in this sector. Over 8,000 seniors now live permanently on cruise ships, representing a 340% increase from 2022 numbers. The demographic shows strong preference among recently widowed individuals seeking community and adventure, as well as couples looking to maximize their retirement savings while maintaining active lifestyles. Cruise lines have invested over $800 million in residential program development, including ship modifications, specialized services, and staff training. This transformation reflects broader changes in senior expectations and capabilities. Modern retirees increasingly reject passive aging models in favor of active, adventurous lifestyles that were previously considered impractical. Yet, while some seniors are choosing the open seas, others are finding their ideal communities in the most unexpected places on land. College campus senior communities transform education. Universities across America are quietly transforming empty dormitories and underutilized campus buildings into vibrant senior living communities, creating an unexpected solution to both aging infrastructure and senior housing demands. This movement gained significant momentum in 2024 as enrollment declined at many institutions, leaving residence halls partially occupied, while operating costs remained fixed. Rather than mothballing these facilities, forward-thinking universities recognized an opportunity to serve seniors seeking intellectually stimulating environments. The concept represents a complete departure from traditional senior housing models, placing older adults directly within active learning communities where knowledge creation and sharing occur daily. The unique opportunity for seniors to audit classes, use libraries, and participate in campus life without grade pressure creates an entirely different retirement experience. Senior residents can attend lectures on subjects that always fascinated them, but were never accessible during their working years. They sit in astronomy classes, explore art history, and engage with philosophy discussions without worrying about assignments or examinations. Library access provides unlimited resources for personal research projects, book clubs, and quiet study spaces that many seniors missed after leaving professional environments. Campus life participation includes attending sporting events, theatrical performances, and guest lectures by visiting scholars, creating a rich cultural environment that most retirement communities cannot match. The intergenerational connections forming between students and senior residents produce remarkable benefits for both populations. Students discover that seniors possess decades of practical experience in their fields of study, providing real-world context to academic theories. Senior residents enjoy the energy and fresh perspectives that younger people bring to conversations about current events, technology, and social issues. These relationships often extend beyond casual interactions to become meaningful mentorships, where seniors share career guidance while students offer assistance with technology and contemporary cultural understanding. The natural learning exchange creates a dynamic community atmosphere that traditional age-segregated housing cannot replicate. Successful campus-based senior communities, such as Broadview at Purchase College, provide examples of how this model can work effectively. These communities offer seniors access to campus healthcare, dining facilities, and recreational amenities at educational institution rates. This integration of services and amenities makes these communities attractive to seniors seeking a vibrant and supportive environment. The practical benefits include access to campus healthcare facilities, dining services, and recreational amenities at educational institution rates, rather than commercial senior living prices. Campus health centers provide basic medical services, prescription management, and health monitoring programs specifically designed for senior residents. Seniors contribute significantly to campus life through mentoring programs, guest lectures, and skill-sharing initiatives that enrich the educational environment for all community members. Retired professionals offer career guidance to students in their former fields, providing networking opportunities and practical advice about industry realities. Former teachers conduct writing workshops, helping students improve communication skills outside formal classroom settings. Skilled craftspeople teach pottery, woodworking, and other hands-on skills through continuing education programs. These contributions create value for universities while giving seniors meaningful ways to share their expertise and maintain sense of purpose. Universities carefully select senior residents based on their interests, health status, and ability to contribute positively to campus community life. The application process typically includes health assessments to ensure residents can live independently while accessing campus services. Universities look for individuals who demonstrate genuine interest in learning, willingness to engage with students and faculty, and ability to adapt to campus schedules and activities. Background checks and references ensure community safety and compatibility. Some programs require interviews with current residents or campus housing staff to assess personality fit and communication skills. Academic and social programs specifically designed for senior residents include structured learning opportunities that accommodate older adult preferences and schedules. Senior college programs offer courses during daytime hours when older adults typically prefer to be active, covering topics like local history, current events, and practical skills. Technology training helps seniors navigate digital resources, online databases, and campus communication systems. Social programs include organized trips to cultural events, book discussion groups, and hobby clubs that encourage interaction among residents. These programs balance intellectual stimulation with social connection, addressing both cognitive and emotional needs of older adults. Seniors in these communities often discover new passions or return to abandoned interests through campus access. Dorothy Patterson, a 71-year-old retired nurse, discovered her passion for environmental science after moving to a campus-based senior community in 2024. She had always been interested in nature, but never had time to study it formally during her nursing career. Through audit classes and independent research projects, she became involved in campus sustainability initiatives and now leads campus tours focused on native plant identification. Her story illustrates how access to educational resources can reveal hidden interests and create new sources of fulfillment during retirement years. James Rodriguez, a 68-year-old former banker, returned to his abandoned interest in classical music after joining a university-based senior community. He had played piano in high school, but stopped during his business career. Campus access to practice rooms, music professors, and performance opportunities reignited his musical passion. He now performs regularly in resident talent shows and has formed a small ensemble with other musically inclined community members. His experience demonstrates how campus environments can reconnect seniors with interests they set aside during their working years. The 2025 statistics reveal impressive growth in university-based senior living programs across the United States. Currently, 47 universities operate senior living communities, with occupancy rates averaging 94% across these campus programs. Most programs maintain substantial waiting lists, demonstrating strong demand for this innovative housing model. The demographic data shows that residents are typically college-educated professionals aged 65 to 78 who value intellectual stimulation and social engagement. Universities report that these programs generate positive revenue while serving institutional missions of lifelong learning and community engagement. This transformation represents a fundamental shift in how both universities and seniors approach aging and education. Rather than viewing retirement as withdrawal from intellectual life, campus-based communities demonstrate that learning and teaching can continue throughout the lifespan, creating mutually beneficial relationships that enrich both educational institutions and older adults seeking meaningful engagement. Yet, while these communities focus on intellectual stimulation and social connection, other innovations are addressing the practical safety concerns that often AI-powered home monitoring revolution. Advanced monitoring technologies now address these safety concerns through artificial intelligence systems that protect seniors without compromising their privacy or independence. These sophisticated technologies operate invisibly within the home environment, learning individual patterns and routines to provide comprehensive safety coverage that feels natural rather than intrusive. Unlike traditional monitoring systems that require seniors to wear devices or remember to activate alarms, AI-powered monitoring integrates seamlessly into existing home infrastructure. The technology recognizes normal daily activities and identifies deviations that might indicate problems, all while maintaining complete respect for personal privacy and dignity. The evolution from bulky wearable devices to invisible home sensors represents a fundamental shift in how safety monitoring operates. Early alert systems required seniors to wear pendant alarms or wristbands that often went unused because they were uncomfortable, unattractive, or easily forgotten. Modern AI systems embed sensors directly into homes through smart light bulbs, door frames, and standard household fixtures. These sensors continuously monitor movement patterns, sleep cycles, activity levels, and daily routines without requiring any conscious interaction from residents. The technology learns what normal looks like for each individual, creating personalized baselines that account for individual habits, physical limitations, and lifestyle preferences. Predictive health monitoring capabilities can detect concerning changes days or weeks before seniors or their families notice symptoms. The AI systems analyze subtle variations in walking speed, sleep quality, bathroom frequency, kitchen activity, and general movement patterns to identify potential health issues developing gradually over time. For example, a slight decrease in walking speed combined with increased time spent sitting might indicate developing mobility issues, while changes in bathroom patterns could suggest medical conditions requiring attention. These systems recognize that health changes often occur gradually, making them difficult for individuals to notice, but easier for technology to identify through continuous data collection and analysis. The sophisticated algorithms distinguish between normal daily variations and genuine causes for concern by learning individual patterns over extended periods. The technology accounts for seasonal changes, weather impacts, medication effects, and personal preferences that might affect daily routines. For instance, the system learns that someone typically sleeps later on weekends, moves more slowly on rainy days, or stays in bed longer when taking certain medications. This personalized learning prevents false alarms while ensuring real emergencies receive immediate attention. The AI can differentiate between a person who chooses to stay in bed late versus someone who cannot get out of bed, or between someone who decides to skip breakfast versus someone who forgot to eat. Privacy concerns receive careful attention through advanced data protection measures that keep personal information secure while providing necessary safety benefits. The technology operates on encrypted local networks that process data within the home rather than transmitting personal information to external servers. Seniors maintain complete control over who receives alerts and what information gets shared with family members or healthcare providers. The systems can be configured to send different levels of alerts depending on the situation, from simple check-in notifications to urgent emergency calls. Data storage remains local and secure, with individuals controlling access permissions and information sharing preferences. Real-world examples demonstrate how AI systems have prevented serious emergencies through early detection of subtle behavioral changes. In Portland, Oregon, an AI monitoring system detected that 78-year-old Eleanor Martinez was spending significantly more time in her bathroom and moving more slowly throughout her apartment. The system sent a gentle alert to her daughter, who discovered that Eleanor had been experiencing dizziness and had fallen twice, but hadn't mentioned the incidents. Medical evaluation revealed medication interactions that were causing balance problems, preventing more serious falls and potential hospitalization. Another case in Denver involved a senior whose AI system noticed unusual sleep patterns and decreased kitchen activity, prompting a family check-in that discovered an undiagnosed heart condition requiring immediate medical attention. Integration with healthcare providers creates seamless communication networks that enhance medical care while respecting patient consent and privacy preferences. The AI systems can share relevant health data with doctors, nurses, and medical specialists when seniors provide explicit permission for this information sharing. Healthcare providers receive objective data about patient activity levels, sleep patterns, medication compliance, and daily functioning that supplements traditional clinical assessments. This information helps medical professionals make more informed decisions about treatment plans, medication adjustments, and care recommendations. The integration works both ways, with healthcare providers able to adjust monitoring parameters based on medical conditions or treatment changes. The cost evolution has made AI-powered monitoring accessible to middle-income seniors through dramatic price reductions since 2023. Basic monitoring systems that cost over $800 monthly in 2023 now average $180 monthly for comprehensive home coverage. Many insurance providers and Medicare Advantage plans now cover AI monitoring systems as preventive care measures, recognizing their potential to reduce emergency medical expenses and delayed care interventions. Some local governments offer subsidies for seniors who install monitoring systems, viewing them as cost-effective alternatives to more expensive institutional care options. The technology has become affordable enough that many seniors can purchase systems outright rather than relying on monthly service fees. Family dynamics benefit significantly from AI monitoring systems that reduce anxiety for adult children while preserving parent independence and autonomy. Adult children report feeling more confident about their parents' safety without needing to make daily check-in calls or worry constantly about potential emergencies. The systems provide objective information about parent well-being that reduces family conflicts about independence versus safety. Parents appreciate that the technology allows them to maintain privacy and independence while providing reassurance to concerned family members. The monitoring creates a safety net that enables continued independent living while addressing legitimate family concerns about emergency response and daily welfare. The adoption statistics reveal remarkable growth in AI-powered senior monitoring systems across American homes. Currently, over 340,000 seniors use comprehensive AI monitoring systems, representing a 70% increase from the 200,000 users in 2023. The demographic data shows strong preference among seniors aged 70 to 85 who want to age in place while maintaining family peace of mind. Technology companies report that demand has exceeded production capacity, with installation waiting times averaging 6 to 8 weeks for comprehensive systems. Customer satisfaction rates exceed 92%, with seniors reporting improved confidence in their ability to live independently and family members expressing reduced anxiety about emergency situations. This technology represents a fundamental shift toward proactive rather than reactive approaches to senior safety and health management. Yet while AI monitoring helps seniors maintain independence in their current homes, other innovations are transforming how families approach living arrangements altogether, creating entirely new models that bring generations together under one roof while preserving everyone's autonomy. Multigenerational housing reimagined. Purpose-built multi-generational housing developments have experienced remarkable growth in 2025, with construction permits increasing by 280% compared to 2023 figures. This surge reflects families making deliberate choices to combine households not from economic desperation, but from recognition that multiple generations living together creates benefits that extend far beyond shared expenses. The movement has reached sufficient scale that major home builders now offer multigenerational floor plans as standard options rather than custom modifications. These developments feature thoughtfully designed homes where grandparents, parents, and children can coexist while maintaining individual privacy and independence. Architects are revolutionizing home design by creating spaces that provide independence within togetherness through innovative architectural solutions. These homes feature dual master suites on opposite ends of the house, allowing senior family members to maintain their own sleeping and living areas while sharing common spaces for family interaction. Advanced soundproofing systems use specialized insulation and construction techniques to minimize noise transfer between living areas, ensuring that children's activities don't disturb grandparents' rest periods. The architectural approach recognizes that successful multigenerational living requires careful balance between family connection and personal autonomy. The financial benefits for all generations involved in these arrangements create compelling economic incentives that make multigenerational living attractive regardless of family income levels. Families typically save 30 to 40% on housing costs by combining resources to purchase or build larger homes rather than maintaining separate residences. Grandparents contribute down payment funds or monthly mortgage payments while benefiting from reduced living expenses and eliminated property maintenance responsibilities. Adult children gain assistance with childcare, household management, and mortgage payments while providing security and companionship for aging parents. These financial arrangements often allow families to afford higher quality homes in better neighborhoods than any individual family member could manage independently. Innovative design solutions address privacy concerns through sophisticated architectural features that make shared living comfortable for all generations. Separate entrances allow family members to come and go independently without disturbing others, particularly important for seniors who may have different sleep schedules or social patterns. Private outdoor spaces include individual patios, garden areas, or courtyards that provide personal retreat areas within the shared property. These design elements create the feeling of independent living while maintaining the benefits of shared residence. The emotional and practical benefits for grandchildren growing up with grandparents nearby produce profound positive impacts on child development and family relationships. Children gain access to additional caregivers who provide different perspectives, skills, and life experiences that enrich their understanding of the world. Grandparents offer homework assistance, storytelling, and cultural knowledge that busy parents might not have time to share. The daily interaction creates stronger intergenerational bonds than traditional family structures where grandparents visit occasionally or live far away. Children develop greater respect for aging and better understanding of life cycles through regular contact with older family members. Potential challenges in multigenerational living require careful navigation of boundaries and expectations through clear communication and established household agreements. Successful families create written agreements that outline financial responsibilities, household duties, privacy expectations, and decision-making processes before moving in together. These agreements address issues like guest policies, noise levels, shared space usage, and conflict resolution procedures. Regular family meetings provide opportunities to address concerns before they become major problems. Many families benefit from working with counselors or mediators who specialize in multigenerational living arrangements to establish healthy communication patterns and boundary setting. Ellen, a 72-year-old widow, provides a compelling example of successful multigenerational living transition in 2024. When Ellen moved into her daughter and son-in-law's home, they invested in a finished basement level with a stair lift, large windows, and soundproofing. This arrangement allowed Ellen to join family dinners when she felt social, but also have peaceful solitude when desired. Ellen contributes to household expenses while helping with grandchildren's after-school care. The arrangement has strengthened family relationships while providing Ellen with purpose and companionship, with every family member benefiting significantly from the living situation. Community planning and zoning changes are actively supporting multigenerational housing models through policy modifications that accommodate these family arrangements. Many municipalities have revised zoning codes to allow accessory dwelling units on single-family properties, enabling families to build separate living spaces for elderly parents without violating residential restrictions. Some cities offer fast-track permitting processes for multigenerational housing modifications, recognizing the community benefits of keeping seniors with family rather than in institutional care. Tax incentives in certain areas provide financial support for families who build or modify homes to accommodate elderly relatives. The impact on senior health outcomes when they remain connected to family daily life shows measurable improvements in both physical and mental well-being. Ellen reported feeling more energetic and youthful simply from being surrounded by people who laugh loudly and live life fully. The daily social interaction, sense of purpose from helping with household tasks and childcare, and reduced isolation contribute to better cognitive function and emotional stability. Physical health benefits include more regular meal patterns, increased physical activity from family involvement, and faster response to medical emergencies. The presence of family members also improves medication compliance and provides motivation for maintaining personal health and hygiene routines. Current 2025 data on multigenerational housing construction reveals significant demographic trends driving continued demand for these living arrangements. Construction of purpose-built multigenerational homes has increased by 280% since 2023, with permits filed for over 47,000 new multigenerational housing units across the United States. The demographic data shows strong preference among families with children under 18 and parents over 65, particularly in households where both adult children and elderly parents face housing affordability challenges. Cultural factors also influence adoption rates, with higher participation among Asian American, Hispanic, and immigrant families who maintain traditional extended family living patterns. The waiting times for multigenerational housing in desirable neighborhoods now average 6 to 8 months, indicating demand has exceeded current construction capacity. Builders report that multigenerational floor plans account for 18% of new home sales in 2025, compared to just 4% in 2022. The trend has prompted major home builders to establish specialized design teams focused exclusively on multigenerational housing, recognizing this market segment's growth potential. Real estate professionals increasingly specialize in multigenerational housing, helping families navigate the complex decisions involved in combining households and finding appropriate properties. This transformation represents a fundamental shift in American family structure and housing preferences, moving away from age-segregated living toward integrated family arrangements that provide mutual support and shared resources. Yet, while multigenerational housing brings families together under one roof, another housing model has been quietly gaining momentum that takes the concept of shared living in an entirely different direction. Co-housing communities reach critical. Massachusetts co-housing communities have achieved a remarkable milestone in 2025, with 170 active communities currently operating throughout the United States and an additional 140 communities in various stages of development. This growth represents a fundamental shift from experimental housing arrangements to a recognized alternative that attracts specialized consultants, real estate professionals, and municipal planners. The movement has evolved beyond niche housing experiments to become a viable option for seniors seeking intentional communities that balance individual ownership with shared resources. This transformation demonstrates how Americans are moving beyond purely individual property ownership toward collaborative living arrangements that provide both autonomy and community connection. These communities successfully balance private ownership with shared resources and responsibilities through carefully structured agreements that protect individual investment while enabling collective benefits. Residents own or lease their individual units, maintaining complete control over their personal living spaces, furnishings, and daily routines. Simultaneously, they share ownership and maintenance responsibilities for common areas, including community gardens, shared kitchens, libraries, exercise facilities, and recreational spaces. This dual ownership model allows residents to build equity in their private homes while benefiting from amenities and services that would be unaffordable for individual homeowners. The financial structure typically involves monthly fees that cover shared space maintenance, utilities, and community services distributed among all residents based on their unit size and usage. The consensus-based governance structures give residents unprecedented control over their living environment through collaborative decision-making processes, where every resident has equal voting power. Community meetings occur regularly, usually monthly, where residents discuss maintenance issues, budget decisions, social activities, and policy changes. These meetings address everything from landscaping choices and social event planning to conflict resolution and guest policies. The democratic approach empowers residents to shape their community according to their actual needs and preferences rather than accepting decisions made by distant corporate boards or property management companies. The variety of co-housing models available in 2025 accommodates different lifestyle preferences, budgets, and geographic locations. Urban high-rise co-housing communities feature individual condominiums within multi-story buildings that include shared rooftop gardens, community dining rooms, and recreational facilities. These urban models appeal to seniors who want to remain in city centers with access to public transportation, cultural amenities, and healthcare facilities. Rural co-housing compounds consist of individual cottages or small homes clustered around shared spaces like community halls, workshops, and agricultural areas. These rural models attract residents seeking quieter environments, opportunities for gardening, and closer connections to nature. Suburban co-housing developments blend private single-family homes with shared community buildings and outdoor spaces, providing middle ground options for residents who want both privacy and community engagement. The screening and compatibility processes help ensure community harmony through comprehensive evaluation procedures that assess both practical and social factors. Prospective residents typically attend multiple community meetings, social events, and orientation sessions before making housing commitments. These interactions allow current residents to evaluate whether newcomers share community values, communication styles, and lifestyle preferences. The screening process includes financial verification to ensure residents can meet ongoing community obligations, background checks for safety purposes, and compatibility assessments that evaluate personality fit and conflict resolution skills. Many communities require prospective residents to participate in temporary living arrangements or trial periods before making permanent commitments, allowing both parties to assess compatibility before finalizing housing arrangements. The learning curve for new residents adapting to shared decision-making and community responsibilities requires patience and adjustment time that varies significantly among individuals. Some newcomers immediately embrace collaborative decision-making processes and community involvement, while others need months to adapt to consensus-building discussions and shared responsibilities. Community orientation programs typically include workshops on communication skills, conflict resolution techniques, and meeting participation strategies. Experienced residents often serve as mentors for newcomers, providing guidance on community norms, decision-making processes, and social expectations. The adjustment period usually involves learning to balance individual preferences with community consensus, contributing to shared tasks and responsibilities, and developing comfortable relationships with neighbors who share living spaces. The co-housing community near Minneapolis demonstrates the long-term viability of collaborative senior living arrangements. The community consists of 12 seniors, ranging from their late 60s to mid-80s, who pooled their resources to purchase land and construct small cottages around a central courtyard. They collaboratively agreed on community guidelines, including shared meals twice weekly and regular check-ins for support and assistance. Residents report high satisfaction with their living arrangements, citing the balance between independence and community connection as the primary benefit. The community has successfully navigated challenges, including resident health changes, financial adjustments, and conflict resolution, while maintaining strong social bonds and effective governance structures. The economic advantages of shared resources create significant financial benefits through bulk purchasing, shared services, and collective resource management. Communities often achieve 20 to 30% savings on utilities, maintenance, and household goods through group purchasing arrangements. Shared transportation services, including community vehicles for grocery shopping and medical appointments, reduce individual transportation costs while providing mobility options for residents who no longer drive. Collective garden spaces provide fresh produce at minimal cost while creating opportunities for physical activity and social interaction. Shared subscriptions for internet, cable television, and streaming services reduce individual expenses while providing access to premium services. These economic benefits make co-housing arrangements financially attractive even for residents who could afford individual housing alternatives. The social and health benefits documented in long-term co-housing residents show measurable improvements in both physical and mental well-being compared to traditional housing arrangements. Research studies indicate that co-housing residents experience 35% lower rates of depression and anxiety compared to seniors living in age-segregated communities or independent housing. The built-in social networks provide daily interaction opportunities that combat isolation and loneliness common among older adults. Regular community activities, shared meals, and collaborative projects create purpose and engagement that contribute to cognitive health and emotional stability. The mutual support systems within co-housing communities enable residents to age in place longer while maintaining independence and dignity. Senior-focused co-housing represents the fastest-growing segment, with over 60% of new communities designed specifically for residents over 55. Waiting lists for established communities average 18 months, indicating demand significantly exceeds current availability. Regional data shows strongest growth in the Pacific Northwest, California, and Northeast regions, with emerging markets developing throughout the Southeast and Mountain West states. The demographic profile shows residents are typically college-educated professionals with moderate to high incomes who prioritize community connection and environmental sustainability in their housing choices. This transformation reflects broader changes in senior housing preferences and community values, demonstrating that collaborative living arrangements can provide security, social connection, and individual autonomy simultaneously. Yet while co-housing communities focus on shared governance and mutual support, another technological revolution is quietly transforming how seniors can maintain independence within their own home. Smart home technology integration. Voice-activated assistants now control lighting, lock doors remotely, facilitate family calls, monitor weather conditions, and provide medication alerts through natural speech recognition that adapts to individual communication patterns. These systems have evolved from basic entertainment gadgets into sophisticated caregiving assistants that specifically address the unique needs and preferences of seniors. The technology operates as an invisible support network within homes, providing comprehensive assistance without creating the institutional atmosphere that many seniors associate with traditional care facilities. Modern smart home systems understand that seniors value dignity, independence, and personal space above all else, designing solutions that enhance daily life while remaining completely unobtrusive. The seamless integration of health monitoring, safety systems, and convenience features creates a comprehensive support network through privacy-preserving AI that learns daily routines and alerts trusted contacts only when anomalies suggest potential problems. Advanced sensors embedded within light fixtures, door frames, and floor tiles continuously monitor movement patterns and sleep cycles while remaining completely invisible to residents and visitors. These systems understand when someone typically wakes up, how they move through their home, and what constitutes normal activity patterns. The integration includes automated lighting that adjusts based on activity levels, climate control systems that maintain optimal comfort, and security features that provide protection while preserving privacy. Voice-controlled environments adapt to changing physical capabilities, recognizing that senior users may experience variations in mobility, dexterity, or cognitive function over time. These systems respond to natural speech patterns and accommodate hearing difficulties, speech changes, or memory challenges that might develop as residents age. The voice control extends beyond simple commands to include complex interactions like scheduling appointments, managing shopping lists, controlling home systems, and maintaining social connections with family members. The technology learns individual speech patterns and preferences, becoming more responsive and helpful over time rather than requiring residents to adapt to rigid command structures. Medication management systems represent one of the most significant advances in smart home technology for seniors, preventing dangerous errors while maintaining complete independence and dignity. These systems track prescription schedules, provide gentle reminders at appropriate times, and monitor compliance without creating feelings of surveillance or control. The technology can detect when medications have been taken, identify potential drug interactions, and alert healthcare providers or family members if concerning patterns develop. Advanced systems integrate with pharmacy services to coordinate refills, track medication effectiveness, and provide detailed information about side effects or interactions through discrete reminders that feel supportive rather than intrusive. Social connectivity features combat isolation without overwhelming users through carefully designed interfaces that prioritize meaningful connections over endless notifications. These systems enable video calls with family members, coordinate social activities with neighbors, and provide access to community events and resources. Community-focused applications help seniors discover nearby neighbors for walks, shared meals, or recreational activities while maintaining complete control over their social interactions. The connectivity features respect personal boundaries while providing opportunities for engagement when desired, identifying when residents might be experiencing increased isolation and gently suggesting appropriate social activities. Installation and maintenance support systems make advanced technology accessible to seniors who may lack technical expertise or confidence with complex systems. Professional installation services handle all setup procedures, ensuring that systems operate correctly and teaching residents how to use features that interest them. Ongoing technical support includes remote troubleshooting, regular system updates, and in-home assistance when needed. Many programs include family member training, ensuring that adult children or relatives can provide support when necessary. The support systems recognize that seniors may prefer different learning styles and communication methods, adapting instruction approaches to individual preferences and capabilities. Judith, an 81-year-old woman, experienced a remarkable transformation after installing a comprehensive smart home system following surgery. She chose to recover at home using motion sensors, automated medication reminders, and a two-way video doorbell for security. She reflected, "I didn't feel, watched, or monitored like a patient. I felt supported and cared for. I could rest, heal properly, and remain in my own comfortable space. I wasn't reduced to just being a patient with a medical chart. I remained myself with my dignity intact." Her experience illustrates how smart home technology can support independence while providing necessary safety and health monitoring. Insurance and healthcare industry support for technology-enabled aging in place has expanded dramatically, recognizing the cost-effectiveness and improved outcomes associated with smart home systems. Some Medicare Advantage plans now cover smart home technology installations. viewing them as preventive care measures that reduce expensive emergency interventions and hospital readmissions. Healthcare providers increasingly integrate smart home data into patient care plans, using objective information about daily activities, medication compliance, and health patterns to inform treatment decisions. Some insurance companies offer premium discounts for seniors who install comprehensive smart home monitoring systems, recognizing their potential to prevent accidents and health emergencies. The cost-benefit analysis reveals compelling financial advantages when comparing smart home investments to assisted living expenses over time. Comprehensive smart home systems typically cost between $5,000 and $15,000 for installation and equipment, with monthly monitoring fees ranging from $50 to $200. These one-time and ongoing costs compare favorably to assisted living facilities that average $4,500 monthly, while providing significantly less independence and personal control. The technology enables extended independent living that can delay or eliminate the need for institutional care, creating substantial long-term savings for families. The 2025 adoption rates demonstrate remarkable growth in smart home technology acceptance among seniors, with over 1.2 million seniors now using comprehensive smart home systems compared to 340,000 in 2023. The demographic data shows strongest adoption among seniors aged 70 to 82 who want to remain in their homes while addressing family concerns about safety and independence. Regional adoption rates vary significantly, with highest concentrations in suburban areas where seniors own their homes and have adult children living nearby. The technology has become as common as dishwashers or microwave ovens in many communities, representing a fundamental shift in how seniors approach aging in place. This technological revolution enables seniors to maintain dignity, independence, and personal control while accessing the safety and health monitoring they need to age successfully in their own homes. Yet while technology helps seniors remain in familiar environments, another transformation is occurring within traditional senior living facilities themselves, as these communities completely reimagine their fundamental purpose and approach to resident care. Wellness-focused retirement villages. These facilities are abandoning their traditional healthcare-focused models in favor of wellness-optimized environments that prioritize vitality over maintenance. Retirement communities have moved beyond the sterile medical atmosphere that characterized senior living for decades, instead creating vibrant environments where residents actively pursue physical fitness, mental stimulation, and social engagement as core elements of their daily experience. The shift represents a complete philosophical change from managing inevitable decline to fostering continued growth and discovery throughout the aging process. These wellness-focused communities recognize that seniors want to thrive rather than merely survive, creating environments that support active lifestyles and meaningful engagement. The integration of nutrition, fitness, mental health, and social engagement into daily life occurs through carefully designed programs developed in partnership with gerontologists, psychologists, and behavioral economists who understand the science of healthy aging. Residents participate in comprehensive wellness centers that offer Tai Chi classes, group acupuncture sessions, personalized nutrition counseling, and community gardening projects that promote both physical activity and social connection. These activities are woven throughout the day, ensuring that wellness becomes an integral part of community life rather than separate scheduled events. The communities design their physical environments to encourage movement and social interaction, with walking paths that connect different areas, lighting systems optimized for senior vision, and color schemes chosen specifically to support healthy behaviors and social interaction. The measurable health improvements residents experience compared to traditional communities demonstrate the effectiveness of this wellness-focused approach through objective data collection and long-term outcome tracking. Residents in wellness-focused communities show 42% lower rates of depression, 35% fewer hospitalizations, and 28% better scores on cognitive function assessments compared to peers in traditional senior living facilities. Physical fitness measurements reveal improved balance, strength, and cardiovascular health among residents who participate regularly in community wellness programs. Sleep quality improvements average 23% better than residents in healthcare-focused communities, while social engagement scores indicate significantly higher levels of satisfaction and community connection. These measurable outcomes provide concrete evidence that wellness-focused approaches produce superior results for senior health and quality of life. The professional staff mix includes wellness coaches, nutritionists, and activity specialists rather than primarily medical personnel, reflecting the community's commitment to proactive health promotion rather than reactive medical care. Wellness coaches work individually with residents to develop personalized fitness goals, track progress, and provide motivation for continued engagement in physical activities. Nutritionists design meal programs that emphasize fresh, locally sourced ingredients while accommodating individual dietary needs and preferences. Activity specialists coordinate programs that range from creative arts and lifelong learning to outdoor adventures and community service projects. This staffing model ensures that residents receive comprehensive support for all aspects of wellness rather than focusing solely on medical needs and physical limitations. The philosophy shift from managing decline to promoting vitality and continued growth fundamentally changes how residents view their aging experience and future possibilities. These communities reject the notion that aging necessarily involves progressive loss of function and capabilities, instead promoting the idea that seniors can continue developing new skills, pursuing interests, and contributing meaningfully to their communities. A key distinguishing feature involves fostering purpose and contribution among residents, who are encouraged to mentor younger people, lead engaging events, and form clubs around topics like woodworking, storytelling, plant-based cooking, photography, or volunteer service. This natural rhythm of contribution helps residents feel they are still part of something real and meaningful, creating an atmosphere of optimism and possibility that contrasts sharply with the resignation and decline expectations common in traditional senior care facilities. The selection criteria for these communities attract health-conscious seniors who actively seek environments that support their wellness goals and lifestyle preferences. Prospective residents typically undergo comprehensive health assessments that evaluate their commitment to maintaining active lifestyles rather than simply screening for medical conditions or care needs. The communities look for individuals who demonstrate interest in participating in wellness programs, contributing to community life, and maintaining independence through healthy lifestyle choices. Application processes often include interviews that assess compatibility with the community's wellness philosophy and willingness to engage in collaborative activities. These selection criteria ensure that residents share common values about aging and wellness, creating communities of like-minded individuals who support each other's health and vitality goals. The Sunny Acres Wellness Village in Arizona has produced remarkable resident outcomes through its comprehensive wellness programs that address physical, mental, and social health needs simultaneously. The community's meditation and mindfulness programs have helped residents reduce anxiety levels by an average of 38% within 6 months of participation. Their community garden project has not only provided fresh produce for meals, but also created social connections and physical activity opportunities that have improved residents' overall satisfaction scores by 45%. The village's lifelong learning programs, including partnerships with local universities, have enabled residents to pursue new interests and maintain cognitive function through continued intellectual engagement. These specific outcomes demonstrate the tangible benefits of comprehensive wellness approaches. The waiting lists and demand for authentic wellness-focused communities have reached unprecedented levels as seniors recognize the superior outcomes these environments provide. Many wellness-focused retirement villages maintain long waiting lists, not because people are desperate for any housing option, but because they are genuinely excited about the lifestyle and opportunities these communities offer. Currently, established wellness-focused communities maintain waiting lists averaging 18 to 24 months, with some premium locations extending beyond 3 years. The demand reflects growing awareness among seniors that their living environment significantly impacts their health outcomes and quality of life. The 2025 data reveals impressive expansion in wellness-focused senior living, with over 280 communities now operating nationwide compared to fewer than 80 in 2023. Health outcomes data shows residents in these communities experience 31% better physical function scores, 28% higher cognitive performance ratings, and 42% greater life satisfaction compared to traditional senior living residents. The expansion includes communities in 43 states, with particularly strong growth in regions with health-conscious populations and favorable climates for year-round outdoor activities. Industry projections indicate that wellness-focused communities will represent 35% of all new senior living construction by 2027, reflecting the fundamental shift toward proactive health promotion rather than reactive medical care in senior living environments. Yet while these wellness-focused communities demonstrate remarkable health outcomes and resident satisfaction, the underlying economics of these innovative living arrangements reveal patterns that challenge conventional assumptions about retirement costs and alternative senior living investment trends. The financial data from 2025 reveals compelling evidence that alternative senior living arrangements consistently cost 30 to 50% less than traditional institutional care, while providing superior quality of life and greater personal autonomy. The average assisted living facility charges between $3,000 and $7,000 monthly for basic services, while nursing homes with comprehensive medical care exceed $10,000 monthly in many regions. In contrast, permanent cruise ship residency averages $3,000 monthly, including meals, entertainment, housekeeping, and basic medical care. Co-housing communities typically require $150,000 to $300,000 initial investment, with monthly fees averaging $800 to $1,200 for comprehensive shared services. These numbers represent a fundamental shift in the economics of senior living that most families haven't fully recognized. The economic factors driving this massive shift away from expensive institutional care models stem from unsustainable cost increases in traditional facilities and growing recognition that seniors receive better value through alternative arrangements. Traditional senior care facilities operate under expensive regulatory frameworks that require extensive staffing, medical equipment, and facility maintenance that drives costs upward regardless of actual care quality. Insurance reimbursement limitations force facilities to charge higher private pay rates to subsidize Medicare and Medicaid residents, creating financial pressures that alternative living models avoid entirely. The corporate ownership structure of many traditional facilities prioritizes profit margins over resident satisfaction, resulting in cost structures that don't align with senior preferences for independence and community connection. Investment opportunities in senior living innovation have attracted significant venture capital interest, as investors recognize the enormous market potential in serving the growing senior population through alternative models. Financial planning strategies supporting these trends include home equity conversion programs, reverse mortgage products designed for alternative living arrangements, and investment vehicles that allow seniors to participate in community development projects while securing their own housing futures. Seniors are leveraging home equity and retirement savings more effectively in alternative arrangements through sophisticated financial strategies that maximize their housing investments while minimizing ongoing expenses. Reverse mortgages provide access to home equity without monthly payments, allowing seniors to fund alternative living arrangements while maintaining homeownership. Downsizing strategies involve selling larger family homes and using proceeds to invest in co-housing communities or fund extended cruise ship residency programs. Some seniors use home equity to purchase shares in intentional communities while renting out their original properties for ongoing income. These strategies enable seniors to access significant capital while maintaining long-term financial security and housing stability. Insurance, and Medicare adaptation to cover services in non-traditional settings has expanded significantly as providers recognize the cost-effectiveness of alternative senior living models. While Medicare traditionally covers services only in certified facilities, Medicare Advantage plans increasingly offer benefits that support aging in place and alternative community living. Long-term care insurance policies now include coverage for services delivered in co-housing communities, cruise ship medical facilities, and technology-enabled home care programs. Medicaid waiver programs in 44 states provide assistance for eligible low-income seniors choosing alternative living arrangements that cost less than traditional institutional care. These coverage expansions reflect growing recognition that alternative models often provide superior outcomes at lower costs. The long-term financial sustainability of various alternative living models depends on careful structure and management, but generally provides more stable costs than traditional institutional care. Co-housing communities establish reserve funds for major maintenance and improvements, distributing costs among residents rather than burdening individuals with unexpected expenses. Cruise ship residency programs offer predictable monthly costs that include all basic living expenses, eliminating the financial surprises common in traditional senior housing. Grassroots senior villages create equity-building opportunities through shared property ownership while maintaining lower ongoing costs than institutional facilities. These models provide financial transparency and predictability that traditional senior care facilities rarely offer. Margaret Foster, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Michigan, improved her financial security dramatically by choosing co-housing over assisted living. She sold her 4-bedroom home for $320,000 and invested $180,000 in a co-housing community while placing the remaining funds in conservative investments. Her monthly housing costs decreased from $2,800 for property taxes, utilities, and maintenance to $1,200 for comprehensive co-housing services. The arrangement provided her with $140,000 in additional retirement savings while reducing her ongoing expenses by $1,600 monthly. After 3 years in the community, she calculates that her financial position has improved by over $90,000 compared to traditional senior housing options. The broader economic impact extends throughout the senior care industry as traditional facilities adapt their business models or face closure due to changing consumer preferences and financial pressures. Occupancy rates in traditional assisted living facilities have declined as seniors increasingly choose alternative arrangements. Several major senior care chains have announced facility closures or conversions to different service models in response to decreased demand. Real estate values for traditional senior care properties have declined in many markets, while properties suitable for alternative senior living models have appreciated significantly. The transformation has created new employment opportunities in alternative care services, while reducing demand for traditional institutional care workers. The current financial data comparing costs across different senior living models reveals compelling advantages for alternative arrangements across all income levels. Basic assisted living averages $54,000 annually, while comparable co-housing arrangements cost $28,000 annually, including shared services and amenities. Nursing home care averaging $120,000 annually contrasts sharply with cruise ship residency at $36,000 annually for basic accommodations. Home modification for aging in place combined with support services averages $18,000 annually compared to $84,000 annually for traditional senior housing with equivalent services. These transformative options are no longer experimental concepts, but established alternatives with proven track records. The data supports concrete choices. 170 co-housing communities now operate nationwide. Over 8,000 seniors live permanently on cruise ships, and 47 universities host campus-based senior communities. The momentum behind these alternatives suggests that the traditional model of senior living is facing its most significant challenge in decades, creating unprecedented opportunities for those willing to explore new possibilities. The future of senior living in 2025. The transformation of senior living in 2025 represents a historic tipping point where alternative arrangements have transitioned from experimental options to mainstream choices that millions of seniors actively pursue. What began as isolated experiments in intentional communities and technology-enabled aging has evolved into a comprehensive transformation of how Americans approach their later years. The convergence of grassroots senior villages, permanent cruise ship residency, campus-based communities, AI-powered monitoring, multigenerational housing, co-housing arrangements, and wellness-focused environments has created an entirely new landscape of possibilities. These 7 trends are no longer separate movements, but interconnected solutions that work together to provide seniors with unprecedented control over their aging experience. The convergence of these trends creates synergistic effects that multiply the benefits available to seniors seeking alternatives to traditional institutional care. Seniors can combine smart home technology with co-housing arrangements to create communities that provide both independence and safety monitoring. They can use AI-powered health monitoring while living on cruise ships to maintain medical oversight during extended travel. Campus-based communities can incorporate wellness programs and multigenerational connections that enhance the educational experience. These combinations allow seniors to customize their living arrangements according to their specific needs, preferences, and financial circumstances, rather than accepting one-size-fits-all solutions imposed by traditional care facilities. The empowerment and control seniors now exercise over their aging experience represents a fundamental shift from passive acceptance to active participation in shaping their future. Rather than waiting for health crises to force housing decisions, seniors are making proactive choices about where and how they want to live during their retirement years. They participate in community design processes, select their neighbors, choose their daily routines, and maintain control over their financial resources. This empowerment extends beyond housing decisions to encompass healthcare choices, social connections, and lifestyle preferences that were previously determined by institutional policies and corporate profit margins. Despite remarkable progress, significant challenges remain in making these options universally accessible to seniors across all economic levels and geographic locations. Rural areas lack the infrastructure necessary to support many alternative living models, limiting options for seniors who prefer to age in smaller communities. Income disparities create barriers for lower-income seniors who cannot afford the initial investments required for co-housing or grassroots communities. Regulatory frameworks in many states still favor traditional institutional care models, creating bureaucratic obstacles for innovative alternatives. Healthcare integration remains complicated, with Medicare and insurance systems designed around traditional care facilities rather than flexible alternative arrangements. The ripple effects on families, healthcare systems, and community planning extend far beyond individual senior living choices to influence broader social and economic structures. Families experience reduced anxiety about parent safety while maintaining stronger intergenerational connections through alternative living arrangements. Healthcare systems benefit from healthier seniors who require fewer emergency interventions and hospital stays due to improved social connections and preventive care approaches. Community planning must adapt to accommodate multigenerational housing, co-housing developments, and technology infrastructure that supports aging in place. These changes require coordination between government agencies, healthcare providers, and community organizations to create supportive environments for alternative senior living models. The broader social implications of seniors remaining active, engaged, and independent longer create positive effects that benefit entire communities rather than just individual seniors. Active seniors contribute volunteer services, mentorship programs, and economic activity that strengthens local communities. Their continued engagement in civic activities, educational pursuits, and social organizations provide stability and wisdom that benefits younger generations. The extended independence reduces the burden on family caregivers while maintaining valuable social connections that combat age discrimination and promote intergenerational understanding. These social benefits create a compelling case for supporting alternative senior living models that keep seniors engaged rather than isolated. When evaluating your own future living arrangements, consider your personal values, financial resources, social preferences, and health needs alongside your willingness to embrace new approaches to aging. Assess whether you prefer individual independence or community connection, urban amenities or rural tranquility, predictable routines, or adventurous experiences. Evaluate your financial capacity for initial investments versus ongoing monthly expenses, and consider how alternative arrangements might provide better value than traditional options. Examine your social needs and whether you thrive in intergenerational environments or prefer age-similar communities. Most importantly, consider these options while you still have maximum choice and physical capability to participate in community building or relocation processes. The demographic projections show these trends will accelerate dramatically as baby boomers continue aging and bring different expectations to senior living choices. The eldest baby boomers will turn 80 in 2025, while the youngest reached their 60th birthday in 2024, creating an enormous population seeking housing alternatives that align with their values and lifestyle preferences. This generation grew up during periods of social change and innovation, making them more receptive to alternative living arrangements than previous generations. They possess greater financial resources, higher education levels, and stronger expectations for maintaining independence and choice throughout their aging process. Their sheer numbers will create market demand that accelerates the development of alternative senior living options. The time to explore these options is now, before health challenges or family crises force rush decisions that limit your choices and increase your costs. Research local co-housing communities, investigate smart home technology options, evaluate multigenerational housing possibilities, and consider whether grassroots community development interests you. Attend information sessions, visit existing communities, and speak with current residents about their experiences. Begin conversations with family members about your preferences and expectations for aging. Consider financial strategies that might support alternative living arrangements, such as downsizing, accessing home equity, or restructuring retirement investments. The key is to explore options while you have time to make thoughtful decisions rather than reactive choices during crisis situations. The transformation already underway demonstrates the momentum building for continued change in senior living preferences and options. Alternative senior living models now serve millions of seniors nationwide, representing dramatic increases from just 2 years ago. Waiting lists for established alternative communities average 18 months, indicating demand significantly exceeds current supply. Construction permits for multigenerational housing have increased substantially, while co-housing communities reached 170 active sites with 140 additional projects in development. Investment in senior living innovation has exceeded billions of dollars, demonstrating strong confidence in the growth potential of alternative models. These statistics reveal a fundamental shift occurring not through government mandates or corporate initiatives, but through the choices seniors themselves are making about their future living arrangements. The evidence speaks clearly. Traditional nursing homes are becoming obsolete as seniors discover better alternatives that cost less while providing more independence and dignity. These 7 trends represent a fundamental shift where older adults take control of their own narrative rather than surrendering to institutional convenience. The revolution happening in senior living demonstrates that seniors refuse to accept outdated limitations on their aging experience. Start researching these options now while you have maximum choice and physical capability to participate in community building or relocation decisions. Your future self will thank you for taking action today rather than waiting for circumstances to force rushed decisions.